You are listening to the Take a Step podcast, where we help growth-minded young professionals live every day on purpose. My name's Josh Johnston, and we have got a special episode planned for today. So I've hinted at it on a few different platforms, but I am working on my first book right now. Title is still to be determined, but what we're doing today is we are diving into the preface that I already have written for the book, which really gives a good overview for everything that the book is going to cover. So I'm excited to share that with you guys today. The plan right now is to really work on getting some solid content on paper, refining it, and having the book written and finished by the end of the summertime this year, and then go through the publishing process. And I would love to have it available by the beginning of 2027. So that's the plan right now, but we're diving into the preface today. I'm excited to share this for the first time. So you guys enjoy it. Let's take a step. In August of 2019, I was getting prepped and ready. My senior year of college was about to begin, my last opportunity to show out and prove myself before the 2020 MLB draft. During my junior season the year before, I had broken out and turned what once felt like a fantasy, playing professional baseball, into a legitimate opportunity. I had scouts showing up to every practice. I was traveling to professional showcase camps all across the South. For the first time, I wasn't just proving something to scouts and coaches, I was proving it to myself, that I was going to be a professional baseball player. Now, for a player coming out of a small private college, that kind of attention puts a label on your back. Typically, there might be one player in a graduating class who has what it takes to get drafted. I say this with humility, but going into the 2019-2020 school year at Truett McConnell University in the big city of Cleveland, Georgia, and no, not Cleveland, Ohio. Yes, big city is in fact heavy sarcasm. I was known in that small bubble as the guy who is likely going to make it. As the season started, everything was going according to plan. Scouts were showing up to games. I was performing well. I was in constant communication with various organizations about how I could fit into their system. Then, in early March of 2020, everything shifted. We were on the road for an away series when our team bus suddenly pulled off at an exit. Our coach stood up and said, "Guys, we're heading back home. There will be no series this weekend." If you hadn't guessed it by now, there was something called the coronavirus that swept across our country in 2020. It began to seriously escalate in March, right as our baseball season was in full swing. Right as the opportunity I had dreamed about my entire life was unfolding right in front of me. Long story short, the season was canceled. The minor league season was canceled. The MLB season was cut from 162 games to 60 games. The draft was reduced from 40 rounds to 5 rounds. I'd shown scouts a lot, but I was not a top 5 round pick. Just like that, the dream of professional baseball was over. I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. Everything I had been planning for the past 2 years was gone. The clear path was now no path. And that's when I realized there is no clear path. There's only the next step. I didn't know who I was outside of baseball. That had been my entire identity. I spent night after night questioning God. Why me? Why this year? I did everything right. I was planning to get engaged the following summer, and I had no idea what to do next. I was lost without a plan. Now, a little backstory. Growing up, I was significantly undersized and craved approval from my peers. I was willing to do whatever it took to earn external validation because I didn't have it within myself. I'll come back to that in a second, but in hindsight, I can see now what God was doing in that phase of my life. He was developing a trait in me that became second nature because it had to. I saw my physical limitations as a detriment, but God was using them as a supplement that would prove beneficial in the long run. I was forced to work twice as hard as everyone else in athletics. And remember, this was my entire identity at the time, just to level the playing field. While I was questioning why God was taking so long to develop my physical body, He was continuing to mold my work ethic. And to this day, that is the quality that comes most naturally to me. It's become so natural that It's become so natural that it's almost comfortable to put in that kind of work most people would complain about. And I don't say that to sound like a hardo. I say it to point to God's faithfulness, even when we question him. Thank God I didn't grow on my timeline, because I would have grown complacent. I wouldn't have been as hungry. I wouldn't have worked as hard. And when I finally did grow, I worked harder than anyone I knew because it was all I knew. But my desire to earn others' approval was still there, and it never seemed to go away. So there I was, baseball gone, no identity, no plan. So what did I do? I fell back on what I was used to, external approval. What was everyone else doing? How did everyone else become, quote, successful? Where I grew up, it seemed like everyone's dad worked in corporate America in some capacity. And the more I looked into it, the more it seemed like a good option, a safe option, a comfortable option. Everyone told me that working your way up with a big company with great benefits was the best plan for me, external validation. So I ran with it. Now, a quick side note, everyone's wired differently. For many people, the structure and processes that corporate America provides are exactly what they need. They thrive in showing up and executing a process to perfection and being the fuel that drives an organization forward and becoming an intrapreneur, but not an entrepreneur. But that doesn't mean they shouldn't clearly define what they want their path to look like. That's essential for everyone. For me, it took 4 years and 2 different corporate sales jobs to realize that corporate work was not for me. I was burnt out, unfulfilled, and had no real purpose behind why I was showing up every day. Sure, when payday hit every other Friday, it provided some comfort, and that became my natural decision-making pattern. Comfort. Comfort because I was afraid of doing something different, of taking risks, of taking action without a guaranteed result. I had grown complacent, and without even realizing it, I had become stuck because I was afraid to do anything different. So many growth-minded professionals find themselves stuck, waking up every day just going through the motions because it feels like what they're supposed to do. Hear this, you're not supposed to do anything. You are uniquely designed on purpose for a specific purpose. That purpose is not dictated by anyone else. It's your divine gift and yours alone. Chasing anything else will lead to an unfulfilling life, a life where you wake up every day and simply go through the motions. The game then becomes the pursuit of discovering that purpose. It's not found in a destination that will always leave you wanting more, chasing the next best thing. No finish line will ever fill you up. So what will? The pursuit, the journey, the process. Over the course of this book, you will learn how to break free from feeling stuck, from waking up every day and going through the motions because what you're doing feels insignificant. I'm writing this book to show you that there is a clear path to a fulfilling, purpose-driven life, and it's available for you. It doesn't require a perfect plan, and it doesn't require approval from anyone around you. But what it does require is the willingness to let go of the idea that a destination will fulfill you, especially the belief that it's supposed to come quickly and easily. There's a reason our modern day instant gratification culture has led to some of the highest rates of depression, obesity, and divorce we've ever seen. There are 8 steps that I will walk you through in this book. If you choose to take action on them, your life will never be the same, and your future self and family will be grateful that you did. What are these 8 steps? 1, define the success. 2, set the standard. 3, know the source. 4, choose the struggle. 5, face the scrutiny. 6, find the support. 7, be the steward. And then 8, take the step. We'll talk more about this in step 6, but if you want to get a head start and dramatically increase your results, I encourage you to go through this book with a like-minded peer or group. You'll unpack ideas together and hold each other accountable for turning inspiration into application. On that note, let me offer a quick disclaimer. If you don't plan on doing anything with this book beyond reading the words on these pages, I'd strongly encourage you to put it down. This book will not serve you. This book will not serve you if you're not willing to take action. There's no better way to ensure you follow through than having someone or a group of people who will hold you accountable to what you said you would do. So when I hit burnout for the second time in 4 years, I realized that I had never actually defined a process that was fulfilling for me. I had only been chasing a destination based on what I believed everyone else wanted for their future. That's when I realized I just needed to take a step and start building something for myself. Quote, when the fear of staying the same outweighs the fear of change, that's when we change. Jay Shetty. As I write this a little over 3 years later, my leadership development platform, Take a Step, serves hundreds of growth-minded professionals who are committed to taking more purposeful action in their personal, professional, and spiritual growth. Through leadership programs, corporate team development, speaking, podcasting, and writing, our mission is to redefine how we view success by shifting the focus from a destination to a process. It's time to discover your process. Let's take a step. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Take a Step podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave a rating on whichever platform you're listening. It really helps us to continue to grow this brand. No matter where you are on your growth journey, always remember that every mile begins with a step.